What's up? This is Release Rotation. I'm your host, John W. Snyder. The NBA playoffs are coming closer and closer to an end. The Western Conference Finals ended in a sweep tonight. The Warriors came from behind again to beat the Portland Trail Blazers. There's been 3 games in this series. The series only lasted 4 games. And in 3 of those games, the Warriors were down 17 plus points at some point in each of the 3 games. And they came back to win. Tonight, when they were coming back, I was thinking to myself, maybe they're just playing with the Blazers. I know that's probably not possible in the NBA playoffs, but that's what I thought. And then one of my friends texted me the same thing about 30 minutes after I had that thought to myself. So I'm not the only one, and I know there's probably a lot more people out there who are thinking that the Warriors were just playing with the Trailblazers' emotions and minds. And man, what an incredible series for the Warriors. I think every generation has a team that they look at as that's the team of my generation. Man, I'm just trying to think, I got to witness the Bulls win 6 championships. There was a break in between each of the 3. The Rockets won the 2 years that Michael Jordan wasn't playing. Michael Jordan comes back out of retirement. The Bulls win 3 more championships. I thought that was the team of my generation. And now I'm beginning to think, can there be more than one? The teams of my generation are for sure the Warriors now and the Bulls. What about the Cavs? What about, the Heat? LeBron taking those teams to the finals and winning championships. But, the Warriors, what they're doing right now and what they've done in the last 5 years, 6 years is incredible. What we've witnessed, if you're an NBA fan. I'm not a fan of the Warriors. I wish they would lose every game, but that's not going to happen, obviously. And here we are. The Warriors are in the NBA Finals again, and they're probably going to win the championship again. If you listen to my podcast, a few episodes ago, I said that the Bucks were going to win it all. And they still have a chance. They're up 2-1 against the Raptors. Game 4 is tomorrow night. We'll see what happens there. But I just don't see how anybody's going to beat the Warriors at this point. They don't even have Kevin Durant. And they were able to finish off the Houston Rockets, and then they swept the Portland Trail Blazers without KD. And again, if you listen to my podcasts, you know how I feel, and I'll say it again. The Warriors don't need Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant needed the Warriors. And that's fine. So, whatever. It is what it is. KD's out. I'm not sure when he'll be back. Maybe for the finals. Now that they swept and, if Milwaukee loses again tomorrow night, that series goes 2-2. It's a lot more rest for Kevin Durant. The Warriors, with or without him, I think they win. I just don't know how anyone can beat him right now. And how about Steph and Draymond tonight? Both recording triple doubles. First time it's ever happened in NBA playoffs for players on the same team. Incredible. Like I said, that team is just out of control. Who would have thought? So we've got the Warriors against the Bucks Raptors winner. We'll see what happens. I do hope the Bucks pull it off and at least make it to the finals. I think that'd be a fun finals. But I mean, either way, it'd be fun to see the Raptors in the finals too. I don't really care. I don't care about any of the three teams left. But as long as it's fun and close games, I'm okay with that. So, coming to an end with the playoffs. Then the offseason begins and free agency and the draft, which all of that will be pretty fun too to watch. So we have that to look forward to if you're an NBA fan. Even after the finals, there's still some fireworks to happen. Kind of like the fireworks that are happening with the Lakers right now. Holy cow. I don't know what's happening up there. They're not going to replace Magic Johnson, so they're not going to have a president of basketball operations. They got Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and then I guess Magic Johnson. I didn't see everything. I need to catch up on that, but was on ESPN this morning and said some things about the Lakers organization. Caught everyone off guard. Super bizarre. And I saw that Pelinka was late to the press conference today for Vogel. I guess LeBron was there. I heard Jeannie Buss was not there. Bunch of weird stuff going on with the Lakers. I'm not sure what the solution is, but they've got issues that they need to figure out, and I'm not sure they're going to figure it out this year. This could be a long-term deal where they have to figure it out. So, just bizarre to see the Lakers, which is another one of those teams in the last 20 years that's been fun to watch and has won some championships and had two of the best players ever that we got to see with Kobe and Shaq. But the Lakers, I mean, I want them to be good just for the NBA, because when the Lakers are good, it's fun for the NBA. That's why I want to see the Knicks be good. I don't really want to see them win a championship, but I'd like to see those two teams in the playoffs in the coming years. That's something that needs to happen in the NBA, is the Lakers and the Knicks to be at least playoff teams again. So we'll see what happens. The Clippers, again, I think that's the team to go to if you are a free agent. If there's a big free agent out there. I mean, even Portland. But the Clippers can afford it. I'm not sure what Portland can do, but adding another all-star or adding an all-star to that Portland team could be fun. Or adding two all-stars to the Clippers. That could be fun. So we'll see. There's a lot that's going to happen once the season finally ends. So it'll be fun to watch. Moving on from basketball real quick. PGA Championship was this weekend. I don't talk a lot of golf. Really, I don't talk a lot of other sports on here, but I do like to talk about the majors, even the tennis ones, golf ones. Tiger won the Masters. Took some time off. Coming in, got the Presidential Medal of Freedom Honor. I can't even say what that thing is. Medal of Honor from Trump last week, 2 weeks ago. But he comes off the Masters. It's PGA tournament, PGA Championship. Everyone would love to see Tiger on Sunday going for that second major of the year. But he didn't even make it to the weekend. Tiger missed the cut, played Thursday, Friday, not very well, and ended up missing the cut. Brooks Koepka led from start to finish. Although the finish was a little sketchy. He was up 7 strokes, maybe 8 on the last day, and it got within 1, but he was able to pull it out. So that's back-to-back PGA Championships for him because he won it last year. So it's fun. I like that. It's fun to watch the majors. I wish Ricky Fowler, some of those other Oklahoma State golfers would get up on that leaderboard. I'd love to see Ricky win a major. So I think he has a great chance, and I think he will. in the next several years. But man, that last day at Bethpage was windy in the afternoon. I don't know if you watched it, but I think that's part of what happened with Koepka and those other guys, and why it became so close was just the weather conditions were a little dicey out there on Sunday afternoon. So we've got 2 more majors, U.S. Open and British Open, coming up in the next couple months. So we'll see what happens there. See who can win those. See if Tiger can make the cut. Make Sundays fun for golf fans. We'll be right back after this break. All right, and we are back. So, I'm sure if you're a sports fan, a basketball fan, even if not, you've probably heard this story about Michael Jordan getting cut from his high school team. We all know what happened. He gets cut in high school, and then the next year he makes the team, and the rest is history, right? Goes to North Carolina, goes to the Bulls, wins some championships, becomes arguably, depending on who you talk to, one of the best players ever to play in the NBA. Maybe he's number 1 on your list. Maybe he's number 5. Maybe he's number 3. Who knows? Everyone has their own opinions. Everyone likes to compare other players. If you're a Lakers fan, it's going to be Kobe. It just depends on who you ask. But I think we can all agree that Jordan is in the top 5 all time. Maybe top 3. Close to it. For sure, top 5. But gets cut from his high school team and then goes on to do amazing things. I have a very similar story. I got cut from my 7th grade basketball team. It didn't help that I was 4'8" and weighed about 90 pounds. That was 7th grade. By the time I got to be a sophomore, though, I was about 4'10" and weighed 95 pounds when I got my driver's license. But let's go back to 7th grade when I got cut from my team. I was devastated because I'd been playing basketball since 3rd grade. Everybody around me grew. I did not, so I had that disadvantage, that I was so small and so tiny. Not to make excuses, but it definitely did not help that I was so short and small and just got tossed around. But I played 5th and 6th grade basketball for my school. 7th grade comes around, tryouts, and I got cut. And that was really eye-opening for me because, I went to a small private school too, so it's not like there were that many kids going out for the team. I think 2 or 3 of us got cut. And I made it a point that would never happen again. And so, whatever, I go to all the games, I support the team because all my friends were on the team. It was pretty hard. Not gonna lie. My mom probably took it harder than I did. But that's a whole other story. I just love her for taking up for me and defending me and, doing what a mom should do. And, but we all learned from it, and 8th grade came around, and, I ended up playing on a YMCA team in 7th grade, and I was always playing pickup somewhere. And so 8th grade comes around, football season starts, I play football. I did not play much because I was so small. I was on the 2nd team, though, offense, so as a tailback. So I got lit up by the 1st team defense in 8th grade, so that was great. But then basketball season came around and tried out, and I don't remember how many of us there were trying out, maybe 15, 16, 17, and 2 or 3 people got cut. Again, I remember. But this time I was not one of those people because I just did not want to get cut. I loved playing basketball. I still do when I can. But I just mentally just was not going to get cut. And I didn't. And I worked my tail off to get there. And I probably peaked in eighth grade, um, as far as at least with organized basketball goes. I played pickup. I still play pickup, and that's fine. But as far as like an organized actual game goes, I think eighth grade was my peak year. I had a few good games. And that was it. But so fun, and I'm glad I did not give up, and I'm glad I did not quit playing basketball. And I tell you this story because there's a lot of people who just quit, and a lot of people who give up. Um, at my current job, I applied 3 or 4 times before I got hired. And then there's been different roles that I've taken through my journey of my job now. There's been a couple in particular that I applied for 2 or 3 times, and someone else got it over me. Um, but I didn't give up, and I just kept applying, kept getting better, kept working harder to get there and to get promoted and keep getting promoted. Um, so giving up is easy, but you might also have regrets if you give up. I talked about regrets a few episodes ago and how I don't want to have regrets, and I don't want you to have regrets. So if there's something that's really hard in life, don't quit. Um, if something happens, if you've got an idea or a project or you've got dreams and something gets in the way, a stumbling block, a failure, you get fired, laid off, don't give up, because you can always learn from it and get better. Giving up and quitting is the easy thing to do. And we can all do that. Everyone can quit, but not everybody can get back up and keep going and keep trying and keep getting better. There might be a company you want to start. Go after it. I don't know. Maybe a YouTube channel. Maybe there's a dream job somewhere out there that you want to go after. Maybe you have a website idea. Learn from the failures, learn from the mistakes, but don't quit. It's not worth it because things can change and you can adapt over time. This podcast, I would say, is a good 8 years in the making, 10 years in the making, because I kept trying to do a website, kept trying to get this up, kept trying to do different things, and things would get in the way, things would fail, things would, take precedent. And I learned from that, and I learned to keep moving and to change things and tweak things. And that's what you need to do. You don't need to give up, but you need to just learn from those things, whether it's getting cut from a team or getting fired from a job or having an idea that you think's incredible and then you launch it, whatever, startup, and it falls flat. There's probably something in there that you can take and use, whatever it might be. And so keep going, keep charging. Again, just like last week I talked about, it's not a sprint. It's not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon. It's whatever. It's a long, long race. It could take years. It could take a decade to get to where you want to be. But if you keep going and keep your head up and work hard, you'll get there. And so that's another reason I do this podcast, is because, yeah, sure, I like talking about sports, so that's why I do. But I also want to just talk about my failures and things that I've learned from, because I just want it to impact somebody. Even if this gets to one person out there, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not doing this for the money, because obviously I'm not making any money. I'm not doing it for anything else other than to scratch my creative itch that I have. And then I'm also doing it to hopefully impact others out there. And so do something. Please, if you have an idea, if you have something you want to go after, do it. Don't get complacent. Don't get stagnant. Don't go to work, come home, and do nothing. Even if you love your job, like I do, I'm at my job 40 hours a week, but I still want to make time for this because this is something I'm passionate about, something I love to do. So I would definitely say if you don't like your job, start working on that creative side, start that side hustle. Do something, no matter what it is, something that makes you happy, brings you joy, something you like to do day in and day out. Do that on the side. Spend an hour a day after work, at night after the family goes to bed. But whatever it is, don't quit, because I want to hear these stories. I want to talk to people who haven't quit, who've kept going and didn't give up, because those are the people who have created things, who have made companies or created their dream job. Because now in 2019, the fact that I can sit here and talk into a microphone in my house and edit it and get it out on the internet for anybody to hear in the matter of an hour is insane. The things that people do and the things that you can do, you don't need a lot. Everyone thinks they need the best equipment, the fanciest stuff. Just create and get it out there, because it is a marathon. It's going to take you time. You're going to adapt. You're going to evolve. You're going to change. And you're going to get better at whatever it is you love to do. Thanks for listening. I can't wait to hear your stories.